So today, Rachel and I are going to go see the Book of Life. Yay! So we got up early. And it's great because it's a show that's going to be playing before noon, so I love cheap ticket prices. Because, like, that's the best way to go to a movie when you're not paying over $12 to go watch it. Because that's just expensive. Good morning. So we went and watched the movie, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was very, very nice. It was interesting to see, like, this kind of story. It was very hard for them to actually bring it to life, this Book of Life movie. I don't know, they just had a lot of problems, I guess, because it's so different from normal movies, quote unquote, and I guess normal kid movies. Even though it is a very good story, like, even when they got Del Toro, it was still, I think Hollywood said no for a little bit. Obviously they've changed their minds because it happened, but I was reading stuff about how it was very hard for them to actually make it into something. But I'm very glad it did. It was a story of kids being told the story. So the only quip I had about it is that they kept interrupting the story to go back to the kids being told it, and it wasn't a nice, smooth transition. If I would watch it again, like, I would get an edited version where there was no jumping back to the kids. You can bookend it, but I didn't really like all of the interruptions during the middle of the story. Because, like, it was important events happening, and then it was like, oh, a joke. And I understand it's a kid's movie, so it needs to be quick, it needs to keep them entertained, and that part was funny. Those kids being told the story and them having their reactions. But I didn't enjoy it, but that's because I'm not a kid, and it wasn't funny, and I didn't need it to change pace. I just wanted to have the whole story in one shot, because I think the emotional investment would have stayed, because when it jerked you out of it, you just, like, lost a connection. Like, you weren't in the story anymore, and thus it was, like, hard to get back into it emotionally. Just on, like, the level where you're actually feeling for the characters, you couldn't get that because you didn't get to stay with them for the entire time. But as a whole, I really, really liked the movie, and I would recommend it because I thought it was very good, and, like, supporting this movie can get others like it. Different fairy tale stories that can happen, and not just have these, like, regular everyday ones that we've already had so many of. It'd be interesting to see other tales. I'm the type of person who is, like, a big advocate for using agendas, and, like, using your agenda helps you with everything. And generally, I write pages of notes in my agenda. Like, I always write stuff down, but lately I haven't been. And I'm just like, why? I almost forgot about an assignment because I hadn't been writing in my agenda. And I don't know why that is. I think it's a lot of the fact that, like, all or most of my homework is getting done during school hours. Like, we have time in class to work on things sometimes, and also I have breaks where I work on all my homework, and then I'm done. And if it's not done then I usually do stuff at the library when Sean's working, and I just never end up writing it down because I'm just like, gonna do it. But then if I don't do it, I've forgotten it. And, like, I used to bully Sean last year to make sure he wrote in his agenda, and now I feel silly because I'm not writing in my agenda. And I just, like, I really should, because I can't even think about, like, I don't know if I have any homework. I can't even, like, I don't know. I just don't know. I wrote down like all test dates and quiz dates and assignment due dates. Those are all in there. But like little things, I don't have that written down. So I don't really know. I think I'm good. I've like done all my homework, but there could be something floating out there that I just have no idea about. And you should really write in your agenda because it actually really helps. Right, Sean? Do you write in your agenda? Just lie.
Yes.
Is that a lie?
No.
That sounds like a lie.
Yes.
That's okay.
I don't write in my agenda, I'm sorry, but I do pay attention to what is due.
Do you?
I do! I was working on a project already today.
I know.
And it's due on Wednesday.
And Arthur is playing with toys. Arthur, is that what's in your agenda?
Like, yes. My agenda is play with toys, nap, lick Sean's ear, nap some more, play with more toys, go outside and poop.
And bark like crazy
And
sometimes.
bark, yeah. That's his agenda.
That's beautiful.
He sticks to it quite well.
Yeah.
I have a mental agenda.
Yeah, mental agendas don't work.
I know.
I forget stuff in my mental agenda. And if I forget stuff, then you've forgotten like 98% of it.
Yeah. Oops. So I've been working on my homework project thing, my computer project, and holy crap, is it obnoxious. Like, I don't know if you remember from last year when I had the wizard thing. I must have spent a good like 24 hours working on that thing. I mean, we had like 2 months to do it, and of course I saved it to like the last week before it was due, which was not a good idea. But this thing, which is kind of like it but easier, we only have a week to do it, and unfortunately I couldn't do it Wednesday night or Thursday night or Friday night, so I've been working on it today as much as I could, although I did have work earlier today. So I worked on it a decent amount, probably put in about 2 or 3 hours of work so far. The teacher said it'll take about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And she said, well, actually, a lot of students said it took about 5 hours. I'm thinking it's going to take me about 10. I don't know. I've done a decent amount of work, and I feel like I've done the hard stuff so far. I'm just hoping I don't run into a lot of errors, because the biggest problem that's happened so far, which probably wasted a good half hour for me, was I made a mistake, and then I spent like half an hour trying to correct my mistake, because just the program that we use, I guess I don't know it all that well, because the whole time we're learning how to use the program, just following step by step so you know everything that you're doing, and I never really came up with having to do something again, like having to correct a mistake. So yeah, trying to figure out all the back ways into doing stuff, not fun at all. But yeah, it's worth 30% of my mark, and I do have until Wednesday to get it done, and I'm probably gonna be working on it a lot tomorrow. It's just it's getting towards that time of the year when we get all the really big assignments. I mean, technically this is a test, but it's a big assignment, and I have a big assignment coming up in my communications class, and all our other stuff is just, it's hectic. School's hectic. I don't know, it's weird, because I felt like the last 8 weeks of school were just nothing, and now it's like everything. Rah. So I should start using my agenda, apparently. Alright guys, time to get some sleep. Got a lot of homework to do tomorrow. Good night.